Boy.
Taylor about the fucking flex.
Hey guys, my name is Ray, and today's the day that we only have one freaking day left till Game of Thrones Season 8. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I couldn't even wait the 10 minutes because I just wanted to talk Game of Thrones. I'm super geeking out right now. I'm like going crazy setting up for tomorrow. You know, I'm gonna have some people over, we're gonna react. But Game of Thrones tomorrow. Before I start, guys, just let me give a shout out to everyone in the chat who's joining us live. Thanks for joining us. Again, one more freaking day till Game of Thrones Season 8 and the series finale begins. Oh god, I'm so sad. Believe it or not, guys, I am freaking out. I am super sad. I'm happy but sad. And it's a weird feeling because I haven't felt like this about a lot of things in life. And weirdly and oddly enough, Game of Thrones is one of them. This feels like when you're graduating, right? Like everybody, we love this one thing, and now it's like everybody's graduating. Game of Thrones is coming to an end. But yeah, man, I'm super excited for tomorrow. But I'm not here to bum anybody out. Let me give a shout out to T-Baby, Alicia Kingston, LMR. Let's see, Linda Guerrero, T-Baby, The Fearless Mermaid, Amanda. Let's see, everybody in the chat, One True David Adams, everyone. Shout out to you guys. Man, I got phone call right here. And man, am I like super excited? Like, I'm telling you, this shit has been almost 2 years us waiting for this upcoming episode to come out. Like, we've been waiting for season 8, right? And to me, the thing that it's like right tomorrow, like tomorrow is the day. I'm always saying today's the day. Well, tomorrow's the day, people. Oh man, I'm so geeking out right now. I'm like freaking out right now. Yo, and it's crazy because it's like, we know that us in the community, we all get hype and excited about Game of Thrones, you know, because we all love it and shit. But yo, the world is excited for freaking Game of Thrones. Like, it's not just us; it's the freaking world. There are some crazy things happening out there in the world, Game of Thrones related. A bunch of really dope interviews and stuff I've been seeing. Thank God that all that has come out because it's kind of giving us a little bit of content, to look at and dissect. But they really haven't given any spoilers out. Thank God. Or at least I don't believe that they've given anything out. Shout out to Chrissy of Old Stones and Icy Fury in the chat as well. Let's see, Maria Lind and Ramon Turner as well. Nah, what you call it? Ramon Turner says, shouldn't it drop on HBO app tonight at 11? Nah, I don't think so. I think it's gonna drop. They said at the same time worldwide, but I mean it's gonna be crazy. Alicia Kingston says, random question. If the whole season leaked, would you watch? I would, since I agree because I know you're on YouTube a lot, and a lot of people who are on YouTube run the risk of it being spoiled. So I probably would watch it, just because I wouldn't want to be spoiled. But it would suck so bad if I had to do that, because there's no way that I could avoid the whole thing for 6 weeks. You know what I mean? So if I wouldn't want it spoiled for me, I would have to see it. So yes, I would see it. That is a very, very dark question in a weird way, because it's like, damn, could you imagine some crazy person got their hands on it and leaked the whole season? That would be insane. I doubt that that's going to happen though, because they've been very, very hands-on with this. Like, I'm telling you, like, they have some crazy, crazy ish happening, like all Game of Thrones related. Let's see, T-Baby says, I have to be on a conference call. All right. Ah, wow. You're going to be on a conference call for the first episode? I don't know, man. Tomorrow, I'm going to do what I've never done. And tomorrow, I'm going to have people coming over to my house. We're going to order, like, Buffalo Wild Wings. As I have been calling them, it is going to be Dragon Wings. And basically, we're going to have, like, chicken wings. I have, like, a whole ton of bottles of, like, Game of Thrones liquor and shit that I've stockpiled up here. I've had, like, a place that sells it here in New York. Like, I have the Jon Snow one, the Cersei one, the Daenerys one. We're gonna have like a nice little get together Game of Thrones edition type shit here in my house. But like, I've been seeing a people setting up like from today. Like, let me show you guys this. I'm not sure if you guys saw this. I removed the music on it because, I don't want to get flagged or anything. But look at this, guys. Look at this shit. Look at this. This is the Bellagio in Las Vegas, and look at the show that they did, the Game of Thrones showing that they did. Like, yo, this shit is insane. Just think about that, people. This is in Las Vegas. They have that song that when Jamie went up north, they have that one running, yo. It's so, like, dope. They have the Night King in it. They have dragons in it. I don't know how the hell they did it. I would imagine they, like, projected it into the water. But it is one of the dopest things I have ever seen. Like, yo, this shit is crazy. It is freaking remarkable. I love it. All right, let me see. Amanda says I'm buffering. Let me see. 99. Okay. All right, so I guess what's happening here is that I'm like driving my computer a little bit crazy. Alicia Kingston says she's live streaming her reactions this whole season. Hopefully, some folks will watch with me in the chat. I mean, one of the coolest things is watching with people. I sometimes think you gotta watch with the right people, because like I'm scared that tomorrow everybody's gonna be like asking me questions about, like, you know what I mean, what's happening, why am I excited, why am I not. But I'm going to be recording my reactions and I'm gonna be uploading them. I probably might be uploading them like Monday or Tuesday, depending on how I am able to put my breakdowns. But one funny thing that I'm going to be doing is, guys, as soon as I finish my videos, I'm going to be putting breakdowns out ASAP. Like, I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to be like, oh, whatever. I know that everybody else is going to. My thing has always been trying to get it out as fast and quick as possible, just because, one, it helps my channel hell a lot. because so many people are doing Game of Thrones videos. You know what I mean? Hey, can't hate on anybody's hustle, but I have to try to get out as much accurate information, my thoughts. I like to get it out ahead of time because sometimes, you know what I mean, people start mixing ideas. Like, I don't want nobody else's train of thought to like kind of murky minds a little bit. I have a weird way of thinking, but I'm super excited for it. I'm super hyped, man. Like, it's going to be insane. Hey, shout out to KJ, Cindy, Sammy, and Big E who have joined us, and Clarissa Thompson as well. What you call it? I'm pretty sure that by maybe, let's see, Game of Thrones ends like 10 something ish, maybe the other episodes, the last 4. So I probably, but before 12 o'clock, I will have my breakdowns out and ready. I should have them out and ready because, I have a way of getting the video and stuff and images. I screenshot as I go and stuff. So it should be interesting. But like I said, man, I'm freaking out. I'm super geeked out right now. Like, this feeling of Game of Thrones only kind of resembles like when you're a little kid and you want the Christmas gifts, but you got to go to sleep early. That's how I'm kind of feeling right now. You know what I mean? I feel like I gotta do something. I gotta go to sleep because if not, I'm gonna go crazy. You know what I mean? If I allow myself, I will not sleep. You know what I mean? If I don't make an effort to actually. Oh, interesting. Why am I not moving? Let's see. Damn New York. Let's see. T-Baby says, no convos as I watch intensely. I mean, I, for the most part, am I am the most, like, into Game of Thrones from the group of people who are going to be watching it with me tomorrow. So I know for a fact that they might be asking me questions as I go, but I'm going to give them a disclaimer not to as we go. You know what I mean? Like, I want to keep it as kosher as possible. Hey, Biggie says, enjoying the Game of Thrones Oreos cookies. I saw somebody on Let Go selling them for like $20. A pack of the Game of Thrones, like the Game of Thrones secondary market is insane. Peter Griffin says, "Me too, T baby. I have to give everyone $20 to leave." I'm not like that. It's funny. I have to get people to watch it with me because everybody in my house likes to watch it separately and like at their own pace or whatever. But I like to watch it and like, you know what I mean? Like kind of like focus and just like geek out and stuff. So I'm pretty excited for tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm super, super, super excited. T Baby says Q&A. What's the very first scene for? Well, basically, I believe that the first scene will be. I know a lot of people in the past have said probably we're gonna see like the Night King attacking a castle or something. Basically, because that's where we left off. I know other people have told me that as well. A bunch of other people have told me that. But I think that we'll just start off with Dany, kind of similar. I mean, in the pilot, we did start off with the White Walkers, and then we went into the procession thing. Like, when Robert arrived at Winterfell, then that was later on in the episode. But I think we're going to open up with Dany's arrival at Winterfell. I think that the arrival of Dany and Jon at Winterfell is probably the way to go with that. Just due to the simple fact that there's so much to settle and set. You know what I mean? Like, we have so many things like plot threads and reunions and stuff like that we need to get to, that I feel that that would probably be the way to go. And just start off right away, have everybody's reunion, Sansa, Dany, the standoff, which I am super excited to see. I think I have actually made a couple of notes of things that I think we might see in the upcoming episode tomorrow. And for one, of course, we're going to get Dany getting a cold welcome. We already know that she's going to get kind of like a murky welcome from Sansa and Starks and the Northerners. So that should be interesting. One thing that I personally believe is that Arya might set her eyes on someone. And I have 3 people, right? Like, and this isn't nothing I read. This is just me off the top of my head. But I have 3 people. I have Arya maybe setting her eyes on Jaime, Tyrion, or Varys. One of those 3. Uno de esos tres. And the reason I have that is because she has, this list, and none of these three people are on her list, but they could very much slip and fall into her list. And I feel that more likely than not, I think it's Varys, because I have a whole theory video on Varys that I think why he might die at the hands of Arya. But I think that Tyrion, since I'm of the people that I believe that basically Tyrion will betray Daenerys this season, I think that there's a big chance that Arya is the one that kind of sets her eyes on him. You know what I mean? In the upcoming season, I think it should be interesting, and I think it's going to be really dope. We also have to get that Arya and Jon reunion. And I think that Maisie Williams said that it wasn't going to be how we are expecting it, which is kind of dope as well. It could be disappointing, but it could be dope that it's not what we're expecting. I mean, it's not this crazy sweet reunion because she is an assassin after all, but that should be interesting. Let's see. Biggie says, it's crazy when you mark on your calendar April 14th as Game of Thrones Day. Hell yeah, man. Man, I'm super excited, man. I'm super excited. Let's see. Winter David Adams says she hates that Cersei is such a asshole to him. Ask her what she's gonna do when Tyrion turns his cloak. I think 1,000% that he's gonna. I think 1,000% he's gonna turn cloak, and I could just set it out. I was talking about this the other day in the podcast, right? That I did with Tor. And basically my line of thought with the whole Tyrion thing is, when you look at Tyrion, right? Tyrion killed Tywin. He is guilty of killing his father. Yes, that without a doubt, right? And Cersei resents him for that. Cersei resents him for killing their mother during birth, even though that's not his fault. But when you really look at it, Cersei pushed Tyrion to kill his father. Yes, no one told Tywin to screw Shay. I'll give you that. But when you really, really look at things, the whole trial was a sham. Cersei set Tyrion up, even though he didn't do it. And now that she knows that he didn't do it, I think that gives a little bit of wiggle room for them to kind of... Because I just don't believe that Tyrion really wants to kill Cersei. Especially because Cersei, probably by the second half of the season, might be his last remaining family. And I really don't think that Tyrion wants to. If you look at Tyrion's character throughout the whole story, and trust me, I've really dived deep into it. I have a bunch of notes. I wanted to release a video before tomorrow that I'm probably not going to be able to, but when you look at Tyrion's character, right, from like the very, very beginning of the story, he has always embodied what it is to be a Lannister, the arrogance of being a Lannister, the wealth of being a Lannister. He wanted Casterly Rock. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't like Jaime. Jaime didn't want to be the Lord of Casterly Rock. Jaime just wanted to bang his sister. But no, Tyrion and Cersei, both of them, have very much embodied what it is to be a Lannister. They have used their powers as Lannisters, you know what I mean, in the past. And even Jaime did it, but then we saw that Jaime, after the whole hand thing, changed. But I'm of the mindset that Tyrion eventually will kind of save Cersei. You know what I mean? I don't think that it'll go down like that. I think that he will definitely save Cersei, in my opinion. And then I think that's what's going to cost him his head. Let's see. Yvette says, hey, shout out to Yvette who's joining. Yvette says, do you think Arya will remember Varys' voice from that time with Ilaria? Yes, I do believe that she will remember that voice. And I think that Varys's plot against the Starks and the Lannisters in the beginning of the story will catch up to him. To me, that just seems like the way he's going to go out. And him and the Red Woman, when Melisandre says that you have to die here just like me, what if Melisandre also dies at the hands of Arya? Or, you know what I mean? They have a similar death because they're both tied and they both have a run-in with Arya. So I think that should be interesting and could be interesting. You know what I mean? But overall, I do think that Varys is treading on water, man. Like, just Varys, Tyrion, Jaime, all those people that might have to lie or manipulate information, Arya knows how to pick up on all that. You know what I mean? Like, Arya is a lie detector. So to me, the fact that, she might, end up, with these people in the castle, I think it might end up biting them in the ass in the long run. Let's see. You know it's Chrissy Wilson says, you know it's warm in New York City when you hear kids screaming outside your window. Yes. And again, I live on a 10th story and you hear these kids yelling out like they're like right outside my door. So it does get crazy. Alicia Kingston's, yeah. I mean, these kids are wild, man. These kids are wild. It's just gonna get crazier and crazier too. It's funny when the older you grow up, like, and again, I always say this: when you older and you grow up. I mean, I'm at the nice age of 30, but I remember when I was a little kid. I remember we had this neighbor. We used to chill in his stairwell, and he used to throw like a bucket of water on all of us. Like legit, he would do this, yelling a bunch of profanity and shit. And now that I'm of over 18, let's say. Now that I'm at the age I'm at, I'm like, yo, I totally understand it. These kids are mad annoying. Like, shut the hell up. And another thing is though, is that my mic is very good. This mic picks up everything. You know what I mean? It mutes certain things, but it picks up a lot of noise. Let's see. Let's check out the chat. T Baby says he's not on her list. Cersei and the Mountain are the only ones left. Yeah, I mean, just because she didn't say it in the House of Black and White, I don't think that if she has the opportunity or sees it there, like, you know what I mean? If because Arya doesn't know that Varys was the one that did it. She might remember the voice or the plot or something like that. You know what I mean? I think that was just like too much of a thread to just, like, you know what I mean, leave out there in the open. I think that would eventually come up. I don't know why. Hopefully it does. It's funny. I was earlier today. I was watching YouTube videos, and one of George R.R. Martin, I think it comes out today on 60 Minutes or tomorrow. And he was talking about like the ending, how we might end up with two endings, and people will end up choosing like which one was their favorite ending out of both of them. And to me, I'm like, that's dope. To me, I think that's honestly probably the best result that we might have, that we get two really good different endings but are similar at the same time. And the reason I think that might be the best thing that could happen is just due to the simple fact that way we have more Game of Thrones, more A Song of Ice and Fire. You know what I mean? Because damn, man, this just me even thinking about the end bums me out. All right, let me see. Ivan says, tweeted earlier, Joffrey, Cersei, Liam Payne, the Hound, exactly like that. You think that means anything? Two are dead from that list. I mean, is Liam Payne dead? I don't think he's dead. I just think that the actor I think I heard was sick. Let's see, the Hound is alive. Joffrey dead. Cersei alive. Liam Payne, I don't think he's dead. I think that he's just, the actor wasn't able to come back after being sick. If Gendry is over it, I think Arya will too. Yeah, I do believe that might depend on that a little bit. Yo, talking about reunions, we haven't really talked about, or at least I haven't, the Arya and Gendry reunion. I think that should be interesting. It should be funny to see, right? I mean, they have both definitely come into their own. We see that now Gendry embraces his father's side of the family, the Baratheon line. Even though he's a bastard, he knows about it, so that's interesting. And Arya is embracing the Stark side now, but she's also on that no one thing still, kind of. So it should be interesting to see on what happens with their reunion. Let's see. Alicia Kingston says, "You know what would be cool, if Arya pulls a Bran and starts reciting conversation Varys and Illyrio had while they were in front of everyone. I would love that. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. That's how. The thing is, I think that everybody, like, I remember I did that video, right? And I'm like, yo, I'm telling you, this is how Arya could pick up when someone is trying to lie to her, right? Or when someone is hiding something. Then you have that talent. As soon as she finds something weird about any specific character, she could be like, yo, go back, Bran, look at this. That would be insane, Alicia. Like, that would be dope. I definitely think that it'll go down some way or fashion that Varys will be found out that he kind of pit the Starks and the Lannisters against each other. He could have helped that situation. He just instigated it a little bit more. Hey, shout out to Ian. Let's see. Ah, it's funny because I as soon as I saw Liam, I was like, Linda Guerrero said Liam Payne. I was like, Liam. I was like, isn't it Ilan Payne? But I was like, Liam. All right. I didn't want to call it out, but thanks to Linda Guerrero. I was like, that's weird. I thought it was Ilan Payne, not Liam. Let's see. Typical summer in New York, loud ass kids everywhere. Yes, very loud ass kids. T Baby says Q&A. Who is the first to die? What episode? I think that the first person to die will be Dolores Ed. I think it'll be Dolores Ed, just because of that scene in the trailer where John says, "Now, like it's now just the two of us," and I think that that kind of tells me that, that tells me that if he's talking to Sam and he's saying now it's just the two of us, that means that Ed in the Night's Watch is basically dead. Interestingly enough, we do see Ed with Tormund and Beric Dondarrion. So if Beric is alive during the battle at Winterfell, it's interesting to see what happened with Ed and Tormund. We don't see Tormund anywhere else, so I think that definitely Tormund and Dolores Ed seem to be the more likely ones to die first, just because they're near the wall. All right, let's see. First it's kids screaming, then it's the Spanish music blaring until 3 a.m. Nah, like, you hear that motorcycle? Shit is wild. What the flying cojones? Like, this shit is funny. It's like all of a sudden like mad noise. Let's see. Uh, It's a lot of references of Tyrion being burned. Yes, T baby. One of the things to me that's funny, I noticed that I've gotten every time that I brought it up, I feel like a lot of people disagree with Tyrion betraying Daenerys. But when you look at even the books, Daenerys is gonna get 3 treasons, right? One's for love, one's for blood, one's for blood, one's for love, one's for gold, right? Those 3, right? I know it's not in that order. I just said it out loud because now I'm thinking about this. So much shit going on. Those 3 treasons, right? Blood, gold, and love. When those all 3, Tyrion kind of fits all 3 of those. You know what I mean? In some weird way. And let's say, for example, even if let's say Mirri Maz Duur and Jorah Mormont are the first 2, we might get that other one, the love, from Tyrion, because he is in love with her. You know what I mean? And in the script that for the spoils of war, it says that the woman he loves like trying to kill like the brother he loves, whatever, and it details that in the script. Also in which one is it? The Winds of Winter, episode 10 of season 6. They also say that basically, if I recall correctly, he's like kind of smitten with her, and he's looking at her, like, you know what I mean, and she doesn't notice it. She doesn't pick up on it. Then when you look at Jon Snow and her banging on the boat, it makes perfect sense why he would be upset about it. So I'm just gonna put that out there that it looks like, you know, there's something funny there. Damn, why are the frames dropping so much? All right, let me see, people. I'm having some. Let's see. It's this shit. Alright, so I'm a little upset because this joint is acting up. Bam, damn, that shit dropped mad quick. Alright, so basically, let me see. All right, so I basically cut the my camera feed off just due to the simple fact that this joint is acting up. So I feel like it was better if I just removed the camera. So I ended up doing that. Let's see. I think Arya is going to eavesdrop and spy on everyone. Yeah, definitely. I see Fury. I think that that's going to be what she brings to the table for the Starks specifically. But I think she'll get over it eventually. Killmonger says, "Who's ready for tomorrow?" I think none of us are. I think no. I think none of us are ready for tomorrow. Legit. I really legit believe that none of us are ready for tomorrow. Just due to the simple fact that I think some crazy shit that none of us have expected. Yo, I gotta give it up to the showrunners. We have legit not seen anything from Game of Thrones. Like, you know what I mean? We have not gotten anything, and I am super happy about that. You know what I mean? I'm super, super happy about that. Hey, shout out to Game of Theories with Marie, who is joining us in the chat. I'm just super excited due to the simple fact that I feel that we kind of aren't ready for what we're gonna get. I think that we think we know, but we really don't know anything. And it would be amazing if they really did film some fake scenes and put that in the trailer, and it just threw us all off, all our predictions. I love making prediction videos and stuff like this, but I definitely am of the mindset that I prefer not to be spoiled. You know what I mean? Hey, no worry, once you're David Adams. Let's see. The Hound is off the list for Arya, or when Arya told the waif. Yeah, definitely. I don't think that she has any beef with him. Let's see. Arya and Gendry will bang at the Broken Tower on episode 2. That would be weird just because Arya is like, you never see anything like that from her. I think Sansa is going to be like Littlefinger and start plotting, putting people against each other. I mean, last week, I remember everyone was talking to me about this video in the trailer that it looks like it's Sansa, right? And she's like, and she's in the Red Keep. I didn't believe it, but then like I was talking a little bit with Marie, and bro, I believe that Sansa gets to King's Landing in this season. Like, she's gonna be there, and Cersei's still gonna be in charge. It's gonna be a very, very interesting season. I think a lot of people aren't seeing it coming, and when it happens, it will definitely be interesting. I Amanda says, let's see, yeah, Ellen Payne actor had cancer. Yeah, I remember. He's like a musician, I think it was. I saw, and yeah, I heard that he was sick. I didn't know the specifics of what he had, but that sucks. Fuck cancer. Let's see. I think Sansa. Yeah, wait. Let's see. Arya would use Bran as personal Google. Damn, this joint just jumped. Ian says, I think you're right, Ray. Let's see. I agree about Ed, but breaks my heart. I mean, yeah, I think he's just gonna be like the first one to die. The Night's Watch in general, that whole organization needs to kind of bite it a little bit. It's kind of antiquated. In the books, Tyrion sees Dany more as a piece to use, not to help her out. Yeah, I mean, when you really look at it, all of Tyrion's advice has been horrendous. It has been so awful. It has just been the worst. He has not helped her out in the least. When you really, really look at it, he has been very, very bad with Daenerys. It has not helped. You know what I mean? It is not good. So to me, the fact that he has quote unquote helped her and everything that he has helped her in has resulted in Cersei getting a W, I don't think that that's good. I don't think that he's legit helping her. And again, I think that when you have Jaime as your brother and your brother loves your sister, I think that you, like, when he saw Jaime running up against Daenerys, he was conflicted because he's not completely with Daenerys. He should know that he is going to probably have to kill Jaime. Jaime will probably die trying to take over the Iron Throne because he's going to be protecting Cersei. And due to that, Tyrion should know that Jaime might be a casualty of it. But no, Tyrion has been fooling himself if he believes that he wouldn't have had to maybe hurt Jaime in the process. But that's why I think he's going to turn on Daenerys eventually and Jon and them. Let's see. She might not know who he is, but I think the voice she might recognize. What you call it? No, this is my laptop, right? So what I ended up doing is with the camera, I got the camera, and basically the way I set it up is I've removed the camera from the laptop, and I'm trying to use like an external camera on this. And basically what ended up happening is that it started dropping frames for some reason. So maybe because I'm using another program, I need to probably upgrade a piece on it. I know it's a new computer, but I need to put more memory on it. So I probably might do that for next week. But that's why I'm not using the camera right now. I just took it off. I think it's better looking at the trailers on loop than looking at my mug for today. So I'm just gonna leave the camera off for today right now. Let's see. I could change the videos though. So I love this scene right here when we see them marching in to Winterfell, like the army. To me, that scene looks insane. I just can't wait to freaking see that shit tomorrow. Oh my god, I'm geeking out right now just even thinking about it. Scout Tiny Production says, "Hey everyone, so close now. I agree. None of us are truly ready for tomorrow." No, we are not. We are not ready. Oh my god, I am so freaking out right now. I'm telling you, I'm going to be recording reactions. I'm going to have my breakdown out as soon as possible. Then I'll probably have like, individual videos and theories on stuff that I think individually throughout the week. It's just going to be dope, man. It's going to be dope talking Thrones and just, the conversation, the community. It's crazy. I don't want to get all sappy with you guys, but one thing that I love about this though is that I legit know some of you people for at least 3 years, at least, because I've been doing this almost 4 years. Believe it or not, I started back in the beginning of season 6, and a couple of months before that, before season 6 aired, and I've almost been doing this for 4 years. That is insane. At 3.5 years, which is freaking ridiculous. So I'm just happy, man, that we get to talk Thrones again at least one more year, and I'm definitely interested in seeing what the hell I'm gonna do after Thrones. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. Game of Theories with Marie says Cersei would not just take Tyrion's word. She would want insurance. A tons of foreshadowing in season 7. Yes. Me and Marie were talking the other day, and Marie brought up some great points, and it's that Sansa being taken to King's Landing would be the perfect assurance for Cersei that Jon would not attack, King's Landing. Now, to me, that just seems even crazier if Tyrion has involvement in this. It would be interesting to see if maybe he helps, get Sansa down there, and then everything that he plans out doesn't happen exactly how he planned it out. And then, Sansa ends up dying in the process. That would definitely lead for Tyrion's death. But I don't think that's going to go that far. I do think she ends up in King's Landing. I just don't know exactly how Tyrion and maybe Bronn or whoever's involved actually gets her from Winterfell. But I did also, in the video that I released this past week, I did say in there and showed Sophie Turner says that she has a scroll that has like a very big spoiler in it. If she indeed has like some humongous spoiler in there, I could definitely see a scenario where whatever's in that scroll plays a part in Sansa going down south, because she did say that Cersei would have to go and get her. So I wonder how she ends up down there. Alicia Kingston says, everyone just keeps ignoring that Arya does not want want that type of life of being any man's wife or runner of the house. Shaking my head. That is a point. That's why I don't think that her and Gendry necessarily will end up together in some like happy, you know what I mean? I think that Arya in the books might have more of a crush on Gendry than let's say Arya in the show, because Arya in the show has kind of done her own thing throughout. You know what I mean? The way they portrayed her, they never really explored any feelings towards any of the characters, in my opinion. So, like, I think that she loves Gendry, she loves Hot Pie as friends, but I don't think that they've portrayed her that way. So I don't think that's how it's gonna go down with her, and especially her and Gendry. But like the way I see it is, if the Hound and Arya survive, I could definitely see them just like exploring. She did bring up the whole west of Westeros thing. Maybe that's what she does. You know what I mean? She could also die. Arya is one of the many characters that is very important. Like, she's been a main character, and she has a very much high possibility of dying because she is in the middle of everything, right? In the middle of battle. She is a badass. She might have to end up doing something like against the Night King or some shit, being the only one that, like, if it's like how Kyle says, if you guys haven't checked out Kyle's video, you should check it out. If it's anything like Kyle says, she would be in grave danger. If it's like I don't know, some other people have said, she might not. You know what I mean? Like, Arya is very wishy-washy to me on the particulars of her, you know, of her situation. But I'm pretty excited, man. I'm pretty excited. Let's see. Yo, so let me see. Let me pull up this video. I pulled it up earlier, and I wanted to show you guys this of the Bellagio. Basically, all right, let me see. Let me pull this up. When is it coming out? I mean, the episode 1. It comes out tomorrow. Let's see. Holding back because Danny was against his family. Yes, I agree with you, T-Baby. That's 100% why. If it would have been anybody else, he would have let all the weight in the world fall on them. I remember, I forgot, I think it was in the comments of the video that I released, someone said that when he was burning Stannis' fleet, he didn't care, right? Because it was his coattailing it. It was him going, he was in danger, and they were coming for him. So he didn't care about killing all those people to maintain the power in his family, right? But now that they're against his family, now he doesn't want to do it. So in the Battle of the Blackwater, he was fine with burning Stannis' fleet. He's not okay with burning people in King's Landing because his family is under power. Let's see. Mary J says, Game of Theories with Marie. Pressure on the actors. I can't even imagine having to keep those secrets this long. Oh my God, I wouldn't even be able to imagine that. You can't get drunk. You can't, like, speak in your sleep. Icy Fury says, Peach says, wait, let me see. Peach says, Game of Theories with Marie, what time does it air in your time? Over there, I think Marie told me it was at 3 in the morning or something like that, or like 2 in the morning, which is wild. Let's see. Icy Fury says, less than 26 hours away. Yes, less than 26 hours away. That is going to be insane. I mean, just for like right now, look at this image, people. This is at the Bellagio. Did you guys see this shit? This is insane. This is beautiful. Oh my God. Look at this. Shit is beautiful, man. I don't know why. I feel that the stream is a lot more like behind than I thought it was. Let's see. Peach says, I can't believe Tyrion would do that. I definitely believe he would do that. I swear to the old gods and the new, if Tyrion helps get Sansa to King's Landing, I will throw my phone. Don't throw your phone, because then you'll have to buy a new one. KJ says, Rayz, you are amazing. Thank you. Let's see. Tyrion thinks he is saving his family and the realm. Yeah, I think that eventually he might fear Daenerys, especially after her threatening everybody so often. I think that, you know, he's going to feel the kind of like the fire underneath him to finally show results, because everything he tells Daenerys fails. Every piece of advice he's given Daenerys has failed. So I think that definitely is going to be interesting. You know what I mean? I think that he's in danger of biting it. So was it ironic foreshadowing when Sansa said, Tyrion's not like the other Lannisters. He's always been kind to me. Yeah, I think that it is a little bit ironic if he ends up doing that, because she vouched for him at some point. But I think that if Tyrion takes Sansa or helps Sansa get kidnapped or taken to King's Landing, I think that he might honestly believe that no harm will come to him. You know, or no harm will come to her. You know what I mean? But I definitely could see a scenario where shit hits the fan there, and things go south very quickly. Let's see. That's a stupid plan for Tyrion to get involved with. Sansa is not going back to King's Landing of her own free will. I don't think that it'll be of her own free will. I personally think Bronn will have something to do with it. Just due to the simple fact, like I said in the video I did, I think that the actor who played Bronn said something he shouldn't have said, because there's so many plot threads that you could just add Bronn and he could be involved in it, right? Like, for example, as soon as I saw he said that the people might hate Bronn after this season, I'm like, why would people hate Bronn? Bronn is awesome. He's done horrible shit and said very bad shit. Why would I hate Bronn all of a sudden? And then I'm like, you know what? Then I started talking about with Marie about the whole thing about Sansa. I was like, what if Bronn is involved in this and he's working for Cersei? Yeah, I know that him and Lena Headey aren't, on speaking terms. They don't get along, whatever. They, can't be in scenes together, whatever. But what if they're like, come on, do this for us. Give it to the people. Like, come on, let's make this happen. Let's make this epic. Be professionals. And then they actually make them, because that would be the one thing we wouldn't be expecting because of their relationship. You know what I mean? That would be something so unexpected because we aren't expecting it. So that's why I buy into the whole thing that Bronn would probably be involved with it. Because we would never expect Bronn to work with Cersei or have any dialogue with Cersei because of their relationship in real life. So that's the reason why I believe that that might end up playing out with Bronn. But I think that Sansa wouldn't probably go of her own free will, but I think they might sell her out. Vinay says Arya in the show seemed more like she wanted Gendry as a brother, but the Gendry made it into a double meaning. You'll be my lady line. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think that they've. I just saw her probably as like a little kid, you know what I mean, like with an older dude. But when you're young, you could look at someone, but that doesn't mean that you like that person. You know what I mean? Like you could care for someone, and she was a little kid. You know what I mean? She was developing into her own person. So I just don't think that'll, you know what I mean? Like end up playing out how everybody thinks it'll be. Like with that whole Gendry and Arya marrying thing, I just don't see it happening. Oh, wow. Game of Theories with Marie says, no, Ray, hun, it starts 10:30 a.m. Monday here. I mean, hey, there are worse things to wake up to than Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, you wake up from a good evening sleep, and then you have the whole day to process it and talk about it. That's pretty badass. So at 10:30 a.m. in the morning over there. That is crazy. T-Baby says, did you hear about the Spotify playlist that has clues at the ending of the series? No, I did not hear about that. No, wait, I'm lying. I did hear about it. I just didn't hear the playlist. I'll probably check it out after I start streaming. I have Spotify. Let's see. All right, let's see. They're going all out this season. No spare expenses. Definitely. That's the way that they should go out. You know what I mean? They're going out on top with less episodes, but they're going out with a bang. And I appreciate that. Once you David Adams says, damn, if they have a Bronn Cersei scene, that would be insane. I think that would be the perfect way to make something insane happen, is because we would never expect them to work together. You know what I mean? I think that we would never expect Bronn to work with Sansa. Or, like, in that video, I made it seem like Bronn maybe just kidnaps her straight up. Could you imagine that Sansa's like, oh, Bronn is like, come with me. I could help you escape. Like, everybody's evacuating the castle, and Sansa just wants to get out. And then, he ends up doing, the Hound and kidnapping her and taking her to King's Landing, you know what I mean, by force. That would be interesting. Like if she's already mounted willingly, and she doesn't know where they're going, and then he's like, "No, we're going to King's Landing. I'm getting my castle." He said that Bronn would do anything for his castle. I mean, Bronn has said openly that he's willing to kill a baby depending on the price. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just think about that. Bronn is. I love Bronn as a character because he's funny and he comes up with like the weirdest shit ever. But Bronn is not a good dude. He is not a moral compass. Someone that, you know what I mean? Let's see. Alicia Kingston says, "Not that big a fan of Braun fan. Not that big of a Braun fan now. He's got good liners though. Yeah, that's the thing. Like he's just funny, but you know he kind of treads on like the dirtier side of things. Like you know what I mean. He's not a good person. So I would never assume that he would be like on the right side of things when everything is said and done. I wonder what new music we'll get this season. Season 6 gave us Light of the Seven, and season 7 gave us Truth. I mean, I love Ramin Djawadi, whatever his name is. Yo, that dude is a beast. He's worked on so many things for HBO. Like he's worked on Westworld, Game of Thrones. I mean, the score that he has for all those shows, for those both two shows, are freaking genius. So it should be interesting to see how they kind of play that out. Peach said Cersei told the guy from the Iron Bank there was something she wanted returned. Yeah, I mean, when I just heard that, I just assumed that it was probably like she just wanted the rest of the kingdom, right? Like everything else, she just wanted that. That's the way I just that's what I just assumed it was. I never assumed it was Sansa, but it would be interesting if that's what she meant, because Sansa, it's funny too because she just hates Sansa. It's after rewatching the whole show all over again. It's funny how she resents Sansa for being quote unquote perfect, as she said. Let's see. Alicia Kingston says he was right though. Arya would be a lady to him, not meaning romance, just her title and station being below her. I so don't ship Arya and Gendry. Untrue David Adams says Team Davos. Definitely. Team Davos. I hope Davos survives. I think he did say that shit about him going to take a shit before a battle. And there's some funny stuff with the Hound that he said he's met better men and they've died shitting themselves in the field. So that could be foreshadowing. I don't know. If Davos died shitting in the field, we know that the Hound foreshadowed it now. Let's see. Bronn finally gets his castle from Cersei. If he gets his castle from Cersei from betraying Sansa, it will be short-lived. Jewel C says Arya and Gendry can still be together. I hope they do be together. Sick of people acting like just because she's a warrior, she can't be in love. Men are warriors and be in love all the time. I agree. I think that she could be in love with Gendry, but I just don't think that she is. I think that there's a difference between a 13, 14-year-old kid having a crush on someone, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's a difference from being in love. You know what I mean? Yes, could there be sense in Arya Gendry relationship if he's like Lord of Storm's End, and then you have like the North and an alliance with, you know what I mean? Because yes, it's politically smart, right? But I don't really see outside of like they care about each other because they went through so much shit. I really don't see them being in a relationship together. Or I could see them just like exploring, like, you know what I mean? Like kind of like how the Hound and Arya did it. I could see them doing that, but I don't know if just based off of what we've seen of them together, them being in a relationship. I don't know if I get that specifically. You know what I mean? Just because when you really look at things, right? It just seemed like Arya and Gendry when I look at Arya and Gendry, I just see two friends. And I just see it just because of the situation. Like, when you go through shit with people, you kind of tend to stick together. You know what I mean? You care about those people because you guys have a connection, basically, of the trials and tribulations you've gone through. So that's what I think it is. I don't really think that it's something like that people don't want to see them together. Hell, if they get together, I would be cool. But I just don't think that that's necessarily, based off of what we've seen with them together in the past, I don't think that that builds for a guaranteed relationship between them two. Let's see. Carrie says, my younger sister didn't want to have kids and do the whole wife thing. She was when she was growing up. Then she fell in love and has the most kids out of 5 sisters. So Arya could change her mind. I definitely agree. I mean, I was of the mindset that I wanted to have like 10 kids by the age of 27. And now I'm like, I don't even know if I want kids. You know what I mean? So, like, people change. And that's why I necessarily don't think that just because she had a nice relationship with Gendry then, I don't think that that necessarily translates to her having a relationship now. You know what I mean? Because I think that she might have grown out of it. You don't know what their relationship dynamic is. You don't know if they're just friends. You know what I mean? Like, that's that's my aspect of it. I don't think that it's that she can't because she's a warrior or whatever. I just think it's just because that relationship was maybe a crush when she was younger, but we got to see what her personality now invokes in Gendry and what Gendry's personality now invokes in her. Like, I think that just because she liked him when she was younger, I don't think that that necessarily is a fortified relationship now. Peach says, I can't explain it, but I am terrified they're going to kill Pod. I just love him. Yes, Peach. Most women love Pod, but it's funny. Let me see, in season 5, 6, 7, I was expecting Pod to die in all those seasons, right? I was just expecting him. I kept predicting he was going to die, and he does not die. And then after rewatching it, I picked up a lot more. I picked up on it when I saw it originally, but the way Brienne talked about leaving Podrick with Sansa, it sounds like he is a much, much better fighter than even we think he is. Because remember, he is sparring, but he is sparring against Brienne. Brienne is a lot bigger than him. It should be interesting to see what happens with Podrick, right? Because I always kill him off every season in my predictions. But right now, I'm at the point that I think he survives the whole thing. Let's see. If the price is good enough, they would work together. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. Not the first time actors had beef. I agree with you, Alicia. Do you think, though, that Bronn would try to take her in her own home with her assassin sister, tree wizard brother, who sees all? I don't know if he would risk it. I don't know if he even really cares. He is willing to do anything to get that freaking castle. I am telling you. The actor said as much. He is going to get that castle. Let's see. Johannes says, which episode does the Night King die? I don't even know if he dies necessarily. Because it's like I was talking with my boy Tor the other day. I'm like, yo, we haven't seen any baby White Walkers or anything like that, right? So what the hell is going to happen with these baby White Walkers? Are they the adults that we see? Because I doubt it. So I think that the cycle will eventually repeat itself. It is probably destined to repeat itself eventually. So I don't know. I would imagine he probably does need to die just because his obsession of killing, Bran or whatever. But I'm interested in seeing what happens there. Let's see. I thought it was either Sansa or Tyrion. Arya would be an unpolished lady with a blacksmith lord. Sounds dope. Let's see. Scout says, do you think Gendry might be Cersei's son? I think Jaime got rid of him because he wanted Cersei back. I have heard of it, this whole thing, in the past. I've never really bought into it, even though there's information there that makes it sound like it's a real possibility, you know what I mean? But I've never really bought into it just due to the simple fact that I don't see the why. You know what I mean? Why put something like that and then not see something through with it? You know what I mean? Why not bring it up in the story? Maybe because it's something George wanted or something in the beginning of the show. But I don't know. It's a little bit odd to me. I just don't buy into it 1000%. But I see the reason why people believe it could be a thing. Alicia Kingston says, "Why would she talk to the Iron Bank about Sansa?" That is true. Why would she bring that up? But I do remember when she says that she wanted something back. It didn't sound like it was like the main topic that they were talking about. I I don't know. That is a good question. Why would she bring that up to the Iron Bank? The Iron Bank is a place of results. They want like solid information on their return. I don't think that the Iron Bank would necessarily lend you money so that you could get Sansa Stark. That is true. But when I heard that, I just assumed it was like she wanted the other kingdoms to have rebelled. She wanted to regain control over them and stuff, and that's what I just assumed it was. Game of Thrones Marie says Tyrion told Bronn he would double the price of Cersei. Cersei and Jamie were giving to him. Maybe Bronn took him up on the offer. That could be also true. Let's see. Alicia Kingston says, has nothing to do with her being a warrior and finding love. She has never wanted that type of life. She said so from the very beginning. Linda Guerrero says, why would Cersei still want Sansa dead if now, if she now knows that it was Lady Olenna that killed Joffrey? I tend to believe, I question myself that same thing, but when you look at Cersei and when she brings up Sansa, she hates Sansa. Like when she in episode 1 of season 7, she says, I think the bitch Sansa. So or was it bitch or whore she calls her? I don't know. So she feels a certain way about Sansa still. It's not like that went away. Let's see. All right. Hey, shout out to the Prince that wasn't promised who's joining us in the chat. Oh man, it's funny now. Now that I just said the Prince that wasn't promised. Tomorrow's the day, people. Oh my god, I'm super excited. I'm geeking out right now. I won't be able to go to sleep today. Let's see. Santavia says, since she has gotten older and experienced so much, we don't know what Arya thinks about marriage and motherhood now. I agree. I think it could go either way. It just depends on what George told them. Let's see. Alicia Kingston says, still struggling at Arya Gendry. I think it's more people want to ship them together than characters actually wanting to be together. Man. I think it's funny. I'm like right in the middle when it comes to it. And it's not me trying to like just like cop out on it, but it's just like I really see why people could see them being together. And I can see why people think that they're not going to be together because she never says that she doesn't want to be in a relationship. She just says that she doesn't see herself as the lady of a castle. But she could be Yara. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she could be a badass lady or queen or whatever, you know what I mean? Or princess or whatever the hell she ends up being. You know what I mean? I don't think that it necessarily ties her down. When you look at the people who she looks up to, Nymeria from Dorne, right? She looks up to Aegon's sister wives, like how they were warriors and stuff. But they were married too. You know what I mean? I think that she doesn't think that marriage is the thing that she doesn't like. I just think that her not wanting to get married is tied to the fact that she doesn't want to be like Sansa wants to, what Sansa wanted to be. You know what I mean? That's what I think about it. Let's see. Santavia says, It wouldn't surprise me if neither Stark girl marries, at least for a while. I don't know why people always want to ship everybody. I mean, I've heard a lot of shipping for like Sansa recently. I've heard Sansa and Podrick. I've heard Sansa and the Hound because in the books they have like some weird relationship. There's a lot of shit, man. I've heard a lot of people wanting certain ships. I mean, I know a lot of people didn't think that Daenerys and Jon would end up being a thing, and look, it ended up being a thing. So you just don't know until you know, I guess. And I agree. I don't think that necessarily the Stark girls are in the mindset of getting married, especially Sansa. Sansa has not had one good marriage. She's had multiple. And if one was with Tyrion, it was forced. And then you had the monster that was freaking Ramsay Bolton. So, I could definitely see Sansa never remarrying. I think Cersei believes Sansa is the one to bring her down from the prophecy. Definitely, just do the simple fact because she really has a dislike for Sansa. She wanted Sansa to go down there. Like, you know what I mean? Jon was going down there. Why would Sansa need to go down? But no, Cersei wanted Sansa to go to King's Landing. If Jon was going to go with Daenerys and them, what was the purpose of Sansa going down there? Because she wanted Sansa to go to King's Landing. So she resents Sansa. She hates Sansa. And maybe that is the fact. Maybe it's the whole Valonqar thing and the whole Maggot the Frog prophecy thing. Oh shit, the police. No, I'm sorry. Let's see. Alright, let's see. Icy Fury says Cersei may hate Sansa, but Cersei hates a lot of people. Definitely. Let's see. Oh snap! Wait, let me see. Does this? I left this one with the camera. Let's see if this one works. All right, this mad noise out here. Let's see. Peach says, I can't see Sansa and the Hound at all. I think that it's weird and messed up just because of the age difference. But people ship them. Martina says, no sleep for me tonight. We're in the same boat. T-Baby says, Danny just came into the picture. Everything was gone by the time Danny came. Peach says, Sansa and Tyrion, which a lot of people are predicting as well. The only reason I could see, I've thought ever that Tyrion, and I thought about Tyrion and Sansa, let me see, before season 7. So this was after season 6. I thought that there was a possibility that they might end up together, Tyrion and Sansa. And it was just due to the simple fact that it made sense on paper because the Lannisters and Sansa, basically Sansa has ties to the Vale, the Tullys, the Starks, right? So since she has those ties, she could rally half of the 7 kingdoms at least behind her, right? They could rally behind her. She's, especially like when you even look at the books, right? She's well known in the Vale. She's a Tully. She's a Stark, and then she was married to Tyrion, who is a Lannister. And then if Tyrion is smart, you know what I mean? If he could find a way to bring her up, I just assumed. I don't know at that time, but the more and more time, and after watching season 7, I just don't think that that'll happen. I think that Tyrion is going to die this season. Let's see. Cersei believes in Maggie's Sansa believes, I was going to say Frogacy. And Sansa believes in Maggie's prophecy. And Sansa unknowingly assisted killing Joffrey. She was wearing the necklace, so Sansa unknowingly killed Cersei's beloved son. That makes sense when you put it like that. Alicia Kingston says, a lot of folk think that Sansa and the Hound are going to be a thing. I'm not in that camp, though. Not a fan of that theory. I know, right, man? Like, it is wild. I can't help it. These people... This is insane. Like, you hear, like, helicopters and shit. It sounds like GTA outside. It sounds like GTA. Oh shit! I'm kick this thing. Nah, man. But let me just put my phone call right here. All right. So before we head out, because I'm gonna keep this one short. I'm gonna start streaming maybe a little bit shorter. But let me talk about some of the stuff that I was talking about earlier before I head out here. We talked a lot about relationships in this episode, but let's talk about Jon and Dany's relationship. Jon and Dany's relationship, I think that early on tomorrow it is going to be interesting because I think that Jon will find out tomorrow who his parentage is. And I think he's going to find out tomorrow. I think that he will be troubled. I think Daenerys might be a little bit troubled, questioning their relationship. That should be interesting. I think that the dead will march forward tomorrow. I think that they will hit at least one castle tomorrow that we'll see. Kind of similar to that scene that we got last season in the season opener last season, where we saw that they were marching with the giants and all that. I think we might get something similar to that. The Jon and Arya reunion, of course, will be tomorrow. We will get that. And I think we're going to get a bunch of dope shit. It is going to be epic, people. It is going to be very, very, very good. Let's see. T-Baby says, I think that Brienne dies saving Jaime, but Jaime dies saving Bran. I don't see Tyrion and Sansa either. Let's see. Karen says, I think Sansa will not marry. I agree with that. I think she's been through enough. Wolf Paulie says, I think Jaime will die in the arms of the woman he loves, as he said, and I believe it will be Brienne. I agree with that. I think that there's definitely a possibility of that. Make sure you jump over to Teflon TV and support the community. After Ray hit that, after Ray hit that like, at Drink and Know Things as well. All right, so... Yeah, because I'm almost heading out, guys. I think that Tony is live, and I think that, like One True David Adams said there, Drinks and Know Things is live as well. I'm pretty excited, guys. I'm not pretty excited. I'm freaking super excited. I still have one episode to watch in my recap that I've been watching, so I'm pretty excited to watch that, The Dragon and the Wolf, tomorrow. I will be recording, like I said, my reactions and stuff like that. That should be interesting. That should be really dope. I'm freaking excited, man. Like I said, I'm gonna have a setup tomorrow with my cousins, my mom, my brother. We're all gonna be watching it. Hopefully, some good reactions, some good shit's gonna pop off tomorrow. I'm super excited, super excited. Let's see. Like I said, tomorrow, after the episode airs, I will be releasing a breakdown ASAP. My thoughts, my reaction, my first thoughts initially. A mini breakdown, so look for that tomorrow. I will be going live. Hope to see you guys in the comments there, telling me what you guys think, what I missed after my video and all that good stuff. I know a bunch of people are going to be going live. I don't think I'm going to be going live just due to that, because too many people are going to be live. It's just going to be ridiculous. But it should be really dope. I'm super excited. I wish you guys a happy Game of Thrones day tomorrow. Man, I'm just super happy, man. I'm super happy. I'm super happy. Mary J says, tomorrow I need a Ray to say today's the day. You know what? I will do a today's the day video for you guys tomorrow. Remember, I will do that for you guys. I will have a today's the day video tomorrow for you guys. Oh, also another thing I wanted to do before I head out. Shake Shack has a Dracarys burger and a Dragon Glass shake. So I'm thinking about recording a vlog, going and getting some Game of Thrones stuff, like a mini Game of Thrones vlog, and I might have that out for you guys this week, so that should be interesting. Let me see. Any Aussie fans here? Says Wolf Paulie. Yo, I'm telling you guys, man, I'm super excited. Super excited. Oh man, I'm super hyped. Let's see. Tina Sarah, hey, you're joining us. I'm almost out though.